First of all, thank you for taking the time.
Happy to do it.
To speak with us. The economy seems to be the #1 issue for a lot of people who live in Florida. We have one of the highest foreclosure rates in the country. Unemployment is up. Property taxes skyrocketing. People are worried about insurance. What can a Barack Obama, Joe Biden presidency do to help the economic future for the people who live in Florida? And if you could do some specifics and talk about how you might pay for those.
Sure. I'd be very specific. First of all, Barack Obama and I believe and have voted for this catastrophic hurricane insurance. You can't expect people to continue. No storm coming out of West Africa has on it the name on it Florida. And this is a national crisis. It's not Florida's problem alone. Wherever it hits, it's a national issue. And so the idea of being able to allow people to not be priced out of their home by insurance is an essential element to what is just a decent, proper thing for the nation to do. Number two, in terms of foreclosures, we want to very much, for example, every single senior, and an awful lot of the people living down here are seniors. Any senior making $50,000 a year or less will pay zero taxes. And that's in order to allow them to continue to stay in their homes and continue to maintain themselves. Number three, we're in a position where we believe very strongly that if we were to take places like South Florida and places all around the country and invest in alternative energy sources, we're going to invest $150 billion over 10 years, $10 billion a year in alternative energy sources. There's no reason why you can't be making solar panels down here in Florida. There's no reason why this couldn't become the solar capital of the world, along with Arizona and other places where there is an abundance of sun. So we look at the energy crisis as both a crisis and an opportunity. And thirdly, with regard to people being able to be in a position where they aren't foreclosed upon, we both strongly supported a bill that was held up a long, long time, allowing the FHA to be able to go in with those homes that are in the process of foreclosure, people because of the adjustable rate mortgage climbing or because of a serious problem, and renegotiate, in other words, reinsure the mortgage they get, reducing the interest rate and allowing people to stay. And lastly, to change the bankruptcy law. Right now, it is not appropriate for a bankruptcy judge to say, you owe the bank on your home more than it is worth. What we're going to do is in bankruptcy, which is to readjust your debts, is to say to the bank, okay, we're going to reduce the principal that is owed, change the interest rate, and allow the person to stay in the home. It's good for the bank. It's good for the person. And so there's some of the things. There's many other larger scope things, but they're direct, immediate. And the last piece is you have people down here in South Florida who need their cars more than about they need it any other place in the country. And what happens? The average cost has gone up a couple $1,000 a year for an average family to fill up the gas tank. We're going to have a direct rebate, a $1,000 check, no giveaway. It's not some scheme. It's directly an energy rebate to help people right now just be able to get to work. So that $1,000 would go toward the additional couple $1,000s a year people are paying to be able to just get to work.
Well, you mentioned energy. Let's talk about drilling for
Yes.
oil, and if you could clarify your position on that, because I believe you've said that you're not opposed to drilling for oil. Your problem's with the cost of oil.
Exactly right.
Would you encourage drilling for oil off the coast of Florida
Well,
if you could lower the cost of oil in a few years?
Well, right now, they're drilling off the coast in the Gulf. It's a little further out they're drilling. And they're drilling off the continental shelf. It's 100 miles. And they already have, we've already leased 72,000 leases out, 7,200 leases. And they're only drilling on 10% of it. You got to ask yourself, why aren't they drilling? You think it may be to keep the price up? You think maybe if they drill and we get more oil, that in fact the price may go down? So first of all, drill where you already have the leases, number one. Number two, as part of a larger deal, we would both be willing to consider the possibility of additional drilling if in fact they agree to allow us, because they're compromised, to make significant investment in alternative energy. Off the coast of Delaware, and it's going to happen off the coast of Florida, God willing, there are wind farms we're putting up, generating significant renewable energy.
They're wrapping me up.
Yep.
I have a whole list, and I know your time is precious, but I have to ask you from a party standpoint, why do you think you're a better choice for vice president than Hillary Clinton?
I don't think I am.
Simple answer? Well, it gives me time for one more question. The word experience gets tossed around quite a bit. If you could compare the experience you and Barack Obama bring to this ticket as compared to John McCain and Governor Sarah Palin, and talk about even the need for executive experience in office. How
Look,
important is that?
That's for the voters to decide. No governor, no matter how big their state, no senator, no matter how long they've been there, is in a position to assert that their experience is so much more significant. It's not about whether you have experience. It's about whether the experience you have, you used it wisely. And that's going to be the issue. That's going to be the issue in this campaign.
Is judgment more important than experience, in your opinion?
Good judgment and significant experience are the single best combination. Bad experience and lack of judgment is the worst combination. Thank you.